Alright, well, this morning I've been doing a bunch of fine sanding just on the pilot house windows here. I found there was all those 40, 60 grit gouges in it. I've gotten rid of most of those, and getting down here has been a pain in the butt. And I found one thing is, I found in some of these joints they actually used black silicone caulking, and on a boat that just doesn't work because it never holds up, so I've dug out a lot of it. Some little areas I've got marine epoxy in to fill up this. Now I've got to start sanding down in the fine areas here, and this is just going to be the most time consuming, and then I have to do up at the top there. I'm not sure if I'm going to totally remove all of that up there. I might just make it so it looks like it's one little line and give it like an 80 grit, then down to 100 grit on there just for the varnish to hold. All it is, it's just kind of dirty, but it's up in the very top. It's good varnish, and it'd make less work for that. But overall, the wood is sanding down rather nicely. It's coming together okay. Again, I took off my nav lights. Again, the registration number's gone. But that's where I'm at. It's just, this is going to be the most time-consuming part. It's just getting around the windows. Then by this afternoon, I hope to have this done, and I can mask it off, Silkaflex all these little joints with a thin line of Silkaflex, get it into every joint, let that cure overnight, and then by tomorrow afternoon I'd be able to give it a sand and see how it goes. I've got Silkaflex 295, it's UV protection, and Silkaflex 295, it's got the UV protection. Well, this is the white. I've got black over here as well. So yeah, so this is black. So it's the Silkaflex 295 UV protection. So use that, and hopefully she will be sealed up and rain tight. Excuse me. But that's the key, is to get it rain tight. And then I've got to mask this off. I've got that white 295 Silkaflex, so I'm gonna go over this joint where the polyester urethane meets the wood, and then that way, because the Silkaflex is paintable, so I'll be able to give that a scuff. And then when I mask it off and do the polyester urethane, I had to resand these down again. I noticed when I rinsed it off yesterday, there's a little pool. There's two little small areas that were in there. That one was okay after I sanded it a little bit more, but you've got to get the water so it rolls off because of the curve of it. And I don't want any standing water that's going to be underneath the solar panels. So that's resanded down, and I'll primer it again after I wash everything back down. But today I've got to finish this up here and have this ready for a sand tomorrow. And then I can go around, do some of these, because again, today's Thursday. Yeah, today's Thursday, I think. Yes, Thursday. Again, my deadline is Sunday. So, all right, I'll give you an update when I finish today. I'm going to eat lunch now. All right, guys, be good, be safe, be well. Bye-bye. All right, the weather is not cooperating with me. I can't primer after that. I haven't really gotten a lot of things done. Well, yes, I have. I've cleaned up around all the windows and that, and I've got an old trick that some of the shipyard, or some of the old Hong Kongese shipbuilders have kind of taught me. I'll fix that in the morning. But I'm unable to mask off and Silkaflex around the windows and these joints right now because I'm not sure if it's going to rain. It was sprinkling before, so I kind of took a little beer break. Actually, I went and cleaned out the esky, but I really want to go and mask this off in Silkaflex tonight, let it cure. But I've got, that's all done. I've just got to go and get a new Silkaflex into it. I've removed all of the silicone adhesive or sealant. It was all the way around the bottom of this window here, so I've removed all that. And a lot of these other things, I just got to give this all a sand yet, but this sides, I still have to go over this. Right now, this is just at 40 grit. That's all it is at 40, this area where I ripped down this morning. And I've gone around this. This is actually, I'm going to mask off on this side, and I'm going to mask off here. And again, it's just going to be Silkaflexed all the way around it. It's just going to be a whole lot easier, and it'll be a lower maintenance. So when it comes time to, if I have to seal around, because see, I've got a seam here, and I've got seal. I've put in new brass nails in certain areas around here to reattach that, but it's just going to be a black frame around the window, and it's going to look good. That'll look fine. And again, I'm going to have to, re-Silkaflex in these areas, all the way around here. But I just got a lot of Silkaflex, and again, all it is you put masking tape here, masking tape there, and put on the latex glove and just force it in, and then you pull the tape off. You let that cure, and it's really easy to just hand sand over. Just take off the edges. From when you pull off the masking tape, you just get a little high edge, and it just goes down really smooth, but needs 24 hours to cure. So I've got some. I have no idea what the hell they put in here, but I've got to dig this out yet. But and looks like it might be some type of an epoxy that they kind of put in. But it had silicone caulk all the way around it, and I got rid of that. Silicone's gone around here. That's good. So it's good. So even though I was hoping to have this all done today and Silkaflex up, I'm just not going to chance it getting rained on, because that will give it a really weird color. And so again, for probably about another hour or so, I'm just going to go around with the dual action sander, start sanding, rounding off the edges, getting the varnish off of this, finishing the varnish off around these handrails, get the handrails done, get this edge down, get the varnish off of that, and then I can see what tomorrow has in offer, and hopefully, weather permitting, I'll be able to Silkaflex. So that is day 3 of, you can see I've got the old, they just varnished around the old nav lights. So, well, I've got to take care of that. But it's just to get this top done and get this ready so I'm not throwing a whole lot of dust on top of some solar panels. Because when the solar panels are up, I'll probably be going either through the center over here with conduit, and I don't know, probably like a schedule 40 or something like that. Going through for the 4 panels, so I've got 8 wires that got to come, and then they've got to get to a charge controller, or not charge controller, but the combiner box. Then from the combiner box goes the controller. So, and as you can see, this has got a swoop. I got to fix that hand railing, but it's gonna come. So I'm gonna have like this somewhat of a triangle here. And what I was thinking about doing is, from where the solar panels are at, I'm going to custom make a, it's for a thermal panel, would it be called? I'm going to heat hot water. well, actually, I'm going to heat glycol. So I'm going to make the thermal plates, thermal panels, and get a circulation pump in it. So if I could get those on each side, so I'm making power, and I'd be able to heat up glycol and send it to a heat exchange type to make either hot water, or in the winter, because it does get cold at night here, it gets down to like 4 degrees, which that was at 36 degrees, 38 degrees Fahrenheit. So then what that would do is that would just go through a basic coil with a fan behind it and just blowing some hot air. And that during the daytime, just to take the chill out of the air. But I want to take advantage of all the space that I have on this, because again, I don't need some of the junks. You've got like stairs that are right here in the front, steps that go up to the top, but my staircase is right here. So in this one, and it goes up. That's the other thing I have to do. I need to make a note to self. Hey self, I have to get the plywood and the teak to go around it to actually make a new hatch. So, but not a very productive day. Not as productive as I wanted to. And neighbors, he's washing off all the dust that I've made. Has gone onto his boat. But that's where we stand today. It is a lot smoother. The pilot house, forward windows are, I guess, well, they're one day closer to being ready for varnish. At least I can say that. All right, guys, be good, be safe, be well. Bye-bye.